Chris, first, congratulations on the win, and then second, uh, you made history making the most attempts without a miss, making the most shots without a miss, 14 in a playoff game. When you hear that number, is this just it was needed tonight for you to do that, or how do you even take that in?
Yeah, we needed it. Our team right there, they pushed us. As hard as we pushed. And I think it might have been over, at some point in the second quarter, at some point or something like that, I told coach, I said, I'm gonna get aggressive. You know what I mean? I told him that. And then coming out the third quarter, I sort of saw how the game was going. I think we was down 10, so I had to try to sort of force the issue.
Curious, just what was it like to have Devin back?
Real nice. Real nice to have him back. All the pressure they've been doing, all series, especially the last 3 games. It's a little bit different when you got him out there on the court. I think that's what helped us that last, I don't know how much time was left, but he was on that left wing, and I don't know if they forgot, didn't realize who he was, but I looked over and saw how they was shifted, and that was probably the biggest shot of the game.
Which I was going to follow with Devin. When you saw the shift and you're open, or you like, well, I know the ball's coming. It's just a matter of getting it in my hands.
Yeah, kind of like what C said. It caught me off guard too. Just you don't really get clean looks like that, and he threw it. I shot it. Simple as that.
How'd you work your way into this game with the hamstring? Coach was saying the game plan was to start the second half to go with Cam, and he said almost started a fist fight. He was joking, of course, but yeah. But how would you feel like you worked your way into the game?
Really just making sure my body was ready. I was confident in it. I tested it. Got some good work in yesterday, and I knew the adrenaline was going to kick in, and it was time to go. This is a big game for us. Now we just sit back and wait to see what happens in this Utah-Dallas game.
Look what you got on under the jacket.
You see it, man. I know it. Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We saw you smile when you saw the shirts. Is it just kind of amusing to you, something like that?
No, it's really a beautiful thing, man. It's respect at its highest level. I don't know. I've never been a entertainer or performer, but having 15, 20,000 people chant your name, that's pretty impressive. So good for Jay. People that didn't know his name before they went to the game know it now. So it's a beautiful thing.
You played a role acquiring this shirts?
Nah, actually, I seen all the red shirts out when I was warming up. I looked over and I spotted it. And then the people that left that brought them. And then I sent Jay Jack on a mission. And they had him under the seat. So I thought they only had 2, but they had like 8. So I was like, I'm gonna take a couple of these now. Yeah.
A question for both of you. Monty just said it was like an enough mentality at halftime in terms of the effort in the first half. Did you guys feel that response necessary in the second half?
Yeah, they showed us a couple clips at halftime where their energy and their effort. I think everybody came into halftime and realized how much Larry Nance had impacted the game. We knew Alvarado. We knew he was going to be picking up, high energy. He was a fan favorite. He played hard, but it wasn't enough. You know what I mean? So we had to match that energy.
Look, I know you've seen Chris Paul do this time and time again, but maybe not this good.
I would say nobody's seen this 14 for 14. It was the first time for all of us.
You've been able to watch him take over a couple games in this series in the fourth. Just being able to have that kind of guy as your teammate come out here on the road in this kind of environment. What can you say about that?
I just say it gives you the utmost confidence playing alongside him, knowing he's going to take care of the ball, knowing the ball is going to find the right person on time, on target.
3 turnovers.
Did you? Oh, you owe me 100 then.
No way.
Yeah. So that's a lot of confidence, especially down the stretch, when it's a close game. And, it's been a product of that the whole season where it's a close game with 5 minutes to go, or tonight it was like 2:30. I remember looking up there, it was a tie ball game. We're nowhere in a good position. I feel that our talent, and our execution and our team, has been experienced enough in those situations where, we're comfortable with it. And, if we miss a shot, we miss a good look, we don't worry about it. We go to the other end and know it's a must stop mentality.
Speaking of that, I know Mikal is your guys' deep boy, but for him to have that steal on CJ and play the type of defense that he did.
Yeah, so let's just correct that. It wasn't just Kel, it was DA too. DA let us know in the locker room. I heard we was telling Kel that was a big steal, and DA was like, that was his steal. But that was probably the biggest play of the game. You know what I mean? Because with us, we trying to execute down the stretch, and we feel like if we can get a 3-point lead, especially a 5-point lead, you know what I mean? We know, if they play the foul game, we know how we're going to execute. And so when we got a chance to get it, I think that put us up 4. Then, now it's time to bring it home.
Chris, you mentioned a few times in the series how long you played this game. Is tonight special, given how long you played, but to do it here, to not miss a shot?
Oh, man, it's unbelievably special. You have no clue what it's like for me to walk in for the game, right? Like everybody that works back here and all this, these people part of my family. Chris that's by our locker room right here with the yellow coat on. Chris been there since I was here. Pound him before every game when I came here, back when I played in New Orleans, and did the same thing this entire series. My older brother sitting on the baseline, like all these people, this is my family. People sitting courtside or whatnot, they've been here since I was here.
Show them the chain, man. Show them what you got on, man. What is that?
Knock it off.
Tell them the
That's,
story on it, where it came from, man.
Young Money, Wayne. When I played here in New Orleans, Lil Wayne used to come to the games all the time. That's been my big brother for a long time. You know what I mean? So I made sure I wore this chain he gave me years ago for the night, because it's nothing like playing here in this city. You know what I mean? It's nothing like it. I know I done went to other teams and all that, but the energy here, the way that they show so much love to the players, to your family. When I walk in, they ask me if my parents here and all that. So, and then Willie, so many different ties, to this team. Garrett Temple, Gary Clark played in my AAU program. He's on the team. You know what I mean? So it's so many different ties to New Orleans, and it always will be.
But was your family able to come up from Mississippi?
Yeah,
Yes.
a couple of them made it. A few of them
Daddy,
made it.
granddaddy, all.
Yeah, not as many as the regular season, but they were in here for sure.
Book used to drive up here when he was a peewee.
I did. Watched him play. Seen some good games.
Chris, is it in your mind at any point in the game that you haven't missed?
No clue. I had no clue till, I don't know. I think maybe like a halftime I realized, hey, I might need to shoot a little bit more. You know what I mean? But throughout the game, for me, I'm literally managing the game. You know what I mean? We was talking about taking heat checks the other day, and I don't do that because I don't shoot enough to take a heat check. And once I miss, I might be cold, but they would sort of let me get to my spots and shoot it.
Oh, were you aware?
I was not. That's what I said after the game. I was not aware at all. I believe in the heat check, though. 14 for 15 looks a lot better than 14 to 14 to me.
He gonna heat check even if he ain't hit 5 in a row.
I'll never have one of these games, these perfect ones.
So if you were 10 for 10 like Chris was, how many more
Oh, he
shots?
pulling
would
up
you
from
take?
the other free throw line.
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah, I'll see.
So I was just going to ask this both of you though on a serious note. So both of you hugging Willie after the game, and he obviously had tears going. What was that like for you guys?
I mean, I don't think people ever really understand that relationship with me and Willie. I'm not in Phoenix if not for Willie. He's the first person that ever even knew about me even having a thought of coming to Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? Like, he a coach, but that's my teammate, my brother, first and foremost. You know what I mean? So, like I said, my post-game thing, I'm on the baseline seeing his son Mason. You know what I mean? It's just Willie, my family. So not talking to him or communicating throughout the series, that's tough. And at the end of the series, somebody not gonna win. So it's probably one of the weirdest things I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, man, Willie's the man. Willie actually reached out to me when I did my hamstring. He said, even though we're competing, prayers up. I hope it heals quick. And he's just a stand-up guy, man. Always has been. Our relationship doesn't run as long as theirs has, but last year we got to know each other, very, very well. You know, I spent a lot of time on the court and just picking his brain, understanding his IQ for the game and trying to learn from it. And just knowing him coming here and how successful he's going to be, even after the rough start that they had at the beginning of the season. You know, I knew they were in good hands. I knew they had somebody to band around, and Willie's that guy. You know, it's going to be fun playing against New Orleans for the next few years.
I always tell people, if you tell me something bad about Willie, then you're telling me about yourself. Straight up. You know what I mean? If you come up to me and say something crazy about Willie, then I know where I stand with you. Yeah. All right.
All right, y'all. Appreciate it.